Part 5, we are going to find the molarity of hydrochloric acid. But before that, you have already got the absolute uncertainty of temperature, so that the third calculation or the third data that you have to find it, which is absolute uncertainty of your IDV. In this sample, I use temperature. So later you just put it like this: absolute uncertainty of thermometer plus minus 0.5. Okay, the next one is if you want to find the molarity. Now if you want to find the molarity, so that's the second calculation of hydrochloric acid molarity. Remember, the first one you have to find formula, or you have to write down the formula. The formula that we are going to use is molarity 1 times V1 equals molarity 2 times V2. Now, example that I will take it from first IDV, which is 30 degrees Celsius. Now, number 1 itu represent acid, number 2 represent base. Now if I want to make it, so I want to find, M1 is the things that I want to search it, and then V1 is the amount of hydrochloric acid. Now you can see later in your data experiment, it is 20 centimeter cube or 20 milliliter. Molarity of the base is 2 molarity, so I will put 2 times volume. I will find, or I will use the average volume of NaOH, which is 39.74. Now later this number it will be changed because different independent, so it means different average volume of NaOH. That's for my sample. But for you, for example, if you got volume water added, so it means you will use X, and then for the hydrochloric acid you have 20 plus the volume water added. So it means, for example, you have the first IDV is 10. Now later this one you have to change based on your independent, and then you put equals and then put it 2 as the molarity of NaOH, and then the average volume of NaOH that you got it. That's for volume water added. Now for volume hydrochloric added, it's a little bit tricky because you have to put your 20 milliliters for acid, you add with the water, which is 50. This number will be still same, you don't need to change it, but the only number that you have to change is the acid added, because this is your independent, right? 2 times average volume NaOH. Now after you got this one, you can change X equals 2 times 39.74 divided by 20. This one, until later you will find the molarity of the hydrochloric acid. Okay, so if you want to make it in the Excel, so please remember 2 times. So I will type equals, I open the bracket, because the molarity of NaOH2, so I will put 2 and then types the stars, and then I will select the average volume of NaOH and then open the bracket, and then you have to divide with 20 milliliters. 20 refers to the volume of hydrochloric acid. It depends. If you have volume water added, so not only 20, you have to add with the water. If you have volume hydrochloric acid added, so it means you have to add the volume of hydrochloric acid, the original one, the water, and also the volume hydrochloric acid added. For me, because I focus on temperature, so I don't need to use that. So I just enter, and then I find the black plus sign and drag it, and then I will produce the molarity of the hydrochloric acid. Okay, I think that's all.